Hey guys, Brian delivers you the goods here. I'm returning to you tonight for this next movie review. Hopefully you enjoyed this movie review tonight for Furiosa, a Mad Max saga that I got a chance to watch for myself to see what I was going to think of this film overall. So I'm going to discuss what I watched for the 2 hours and 28 minutes of this film, which is almost 2.5 hours of a movie, and let you know my thoughts on this prequel movie that I've seen. So let's dive into this movie review. Now, basically, it stars Anya Taylor-Joy as Furiosa, the character. Excuse my coughing. I've been dealing with some stuff in my throat lately, just a bad cough. I'm not sick or anything, it's just asthma related. But other than that, to continue with the review, I think the performance from Anya Taylor-Joy is outstanding in this film. Chris Hemsworth was a pretty interesting bad guy in this film, a surprising bad guy, pretty sadistic bastard in this film. How it began is where it shows the story behind Furiosa as a prequel series of a movie leading into Mad Max Fury Road, because Fury Road was all of a sudden brought up onto us in 2015, and then you don't get to see the backstory on how it became the way it did in the Mad Max Fury Road, and how where that timeline coexisted but was never fully revealed for the backstory on how it started, where Immortan Joe came after Furiosa and Jack and them. So basically, it reveals it at the very end, how it happens, and you get to see what happens at the end of the film. So, very interesting premise, and a really good film, for sure. One of the best films I've seen this year. One of them. I wouldn't say it's the best movie of the year. Well, it's pretty strong of a film. I love the action scenes, and this is a badass movie for sure. And when I say it's that good of a film, it's really worth watching. The storyline is very interesting of the film. Excuse my thing. It's just my throat's getting to me a bit. But I'll still continue with the review, just so that way you have something to enjoy. But other than that, I think the performances were pretty good in this film. And honestly, Anya Taylor-Joy was the most exceptional actress in this film, and she put on a great performance with her character Furiosa. It started as she was part of this village at the beginning, where she grew up, and then she was taken from that village by these outlanders or whatever in the outskirts of the desert, where the Mad Max series comes into play later on. But with this film, it just shows the backstory behind Anya Taylor-Joy's character Furiosa, and how she began and who she became. Charlize Theron plays Furiosa in the Mad Max Fury Road movie, but it's an interesting premise for sure, and I was really impressed with this film and what it offered for sure. So, pretty much overall, I think Mad Max, or Furiosa, a Mad Max Saga, was really interesting. Chris Hemsworth was the bad guy that Furiosa was trying to go after in this film. Sorry about that, shaking the laptop again. This cat is messing with himself or whatever, I don't know. Just biting himself, and I thought he was going to mess with a cord or whatever to unplug the laptop. That would have been bad. But other than that, if I were to give this movie its deserved score, it's going to get a strong 9 out of 10. It's a really good film. It's as good as the Boy Kills World movie that came out this year for sure. It's probably going to compete as one of the contenders of movie of the year. I don't know which one is going to be the best movie, but from what I've seen with this film, I was really impressed. And you can color me impressed for this one. This was a strong film and had a good storyline, interesting storyline. It kept me on my seat watching through the 2 hours and 28 minutes of this movie. It was a little lengthy, but yeah, Demetrius, or whatever his name is, Demetrius, I think is how you pronounce it. He's played by Chris Hemsworth. He was the one that killed Furiosa's mother in this film, as you see through the film, and then you find out that he gets captured at the end of the film, which she really tortured him at the end of the film, and his worst punishment for doing that to her was something you have to watch towards the end of the film to get what happens to Demetrius, Chris Hemsworth's character. So it's a really good film, and it's worth watching. Probably one of my favorite movies this year, along with Mad Max Fury Road being a pretty strong film too. There were some moments in Mad Max Fury Road that I had my critiques about, but other than that, I think this film was worth watching for sure. So 9 out of 10 for Furiosa, a Mad Max Saga. Thank you for watching this movie review tonight. Have a good night.